Stuntman and Woman Training Tip 2. How to perform the stunt known as the car hood slide. That's what we'll answer in today's video. Hi, my name is Dylan Wilson with CBT Stunt Alliance. Train hard, perform easy. We help action actors, stunt performers, filmmakers, and content creators on professional stunt training for use in film, TV, and live action performances. Before we get underway, if you'd like to launch your career as a professional stunt performer or action actor, or grow your career to the next level, check out our highly popular online master course at stuntperformerbootcamp.com, or click on the link below this video. You can learn low falls, pratfalls, stunt fighting for camera and TV, popular action sequences, stair falls, and more. You can sign up now and start training now. Go to stuntperformerbootcamp.com for more info. Now, we get a lot of questions about how to get started as an action actor or stunt performer. So we're going to share a few things with you. Now, I'm actually an experienced stunt coordinator turned full-time director. This is actually something I planned from the beginning of my career, even attending and graduating film school as a director. Along my journey, I learned that being a stunt coordinator actually made me a better director, and being a director actually made me a better stunt coordinator. And how this benefits you is that I can offer insights and experience from both sides of the camera, as well as through all phases of production. Last thing before we go to the training, the video instructionals in this free video series are actually taken from our online master course. These are meant to be done after you performed a full body warm-up, which we teach how to do in the master course. So in today's instructional video, we're going to cover how to perform the hood slide stunt. Now, the hood slide is a classic stunt that perfectly accentuates a lot of action sequences. You don't see it used quite as much these days in film and TV. We suspect mainly because a lot of people just aren't really aware of it. Yet it adds a good amount of production value. Again, it perfectly accentuates any type of action sequence, whether it's a foot chase sequence, a fight sequence, it could be a shootout scene in the past, present, or future. You know, even it could be, instead of sliding across the car, it could be sliding across a desk. It's the same technique. It also works in any genre as well. Let's see it in the action in the following clip.
Get down! Get down! Stay down! Everybody get down! Get down! Stay down! Get down! Get down! Open up! Open up! I need the prisoner!
Now, before we move forward, we want to make sure that there's no confusion with the hood slide and the Kong vault. The Kong vault is a parkour free running technique. Let's take a look at the Kong vault in the following clip. As you notice, the Kong vault is a lot more aggressive. It looks much stronger, more powerful, and informs the audience that the talent has practiced this move before. Contrast that with the hood slide, where it could be just a regular everyday person who's just really driven, amped up on adrenaline and just refuses to stop. So be aware of this if it's you're coordinating a project, you're putting together your own content, about the choices that you're making. So if there's someone who's a military trained professional or some government assassin, the Kong vault would be good for them. If it's just an everyday person, like you saw in the earlier clip, who's like, they took the bad guy took their daughter or their son or something, and they won't be stopped. The hood slide, foots the bill. You usually will use the hood slide really a lot more than you use the Kong. Okay, the first thing we always wish to start with is prepping the area as well as the vehicle. So the key thing is you actually want to walk all around the area that you're going to be in, from the places where you're going to start running to where you're actually going to land. You're searching, you want to clear out any rocks, cardboard, paper, pebbles, broken glass, anything like that, because those things will get in your way when you actually are going to do this stuff. The next thing is actually prepping the vehicle itself. And that means making sure there are no attachments or accessories on the vehicle that you can slide across. Sometimes you might be doing a hood slide on the trunk and not on the hood, right? And especially if it's a period piece, they may have cars. The cars used to have, older model cars used to have antennas in the front, right? So if there's antennas or anything, you want to have production unscrew them so that you don't have anything like that. The other thing is, after you do that, you make sure that the vehicle's clear. And we're going to cover this more when we get into the steps and actually how to perform it. You want to know where you're going to land, right? So we're going to land right here in this spot. And this is important because we want to make sure this is especially clear, especially since you see a lot of grass and stuff here. It's easy for broken glass, stones, broken pieces of brick, all types of stuff to be under the grass that you can't see. So you want to sit there and you want to check each portion of that and make sure that the landing area is going to be clear. And that includes like the entire area. Those are very important to make sure that the area is prepped properly. All right, so last thing we're going to cover is additional protection for the car. So this is the kind of setup that we use when we're training actors, usually actors, to do hood slides. Contrary to what a lot of stunt performers believe, many times, most times, production would rather have the actors do these type of stunts instead of having a stunt double, right? So you have to realize this is why it's very good if you're an action actor, because you offer a lot more to production. So what this setup is, the thing to know is that the hood of a car can be easily dented. You can just sit on the hood of a car and it can dent. So imagine you leap in the air, landing on the thing and sliding across it. It can mess it up. And the key thing to understand is this: if it's a big enough production and they've rented a picture car, it's less of a concern. Yet oftentimes with smaller budget projects, especially smaller budget indie projects, it's someone's car. It's like the producer's car, it's the director's car, it's the PA's car, it's their buddy's car, right? And so they don't want the thing messed up. So what we do is we'll put a ferny pad or furniture mat down first. This protects the paint, and then we'll put a stunt mat on top of it. And while you're practicing, you do it like this, you should be good, right? When you're actually smooth with the technique and you're good, right before they actually shoot the actual action sequence, then you take all this stuff off and you're good to go. Yeah, whenever you're practicing, and even if it's in your own car, right? You don't want to mess your own car up. Use this setup and it'll work very well for you. You don't need the ferny pad. It's just an additional thing that we do just to protect the paint job, because usually the stunt mat has a cloth backing or something. Yet at a minimum, you want to use the stunt mat. All right, so let's get to it. How do we do this? The hood slide. Oh, so there's a couple things to know. Here's the thing about stunts, which a lot of people don't realize until they start learning it. It's so quick when we do it. It's like a couple of seconds, as you saw in the earlier demonstration, maybe like 1-2 seconds. Yet the preparation to be able to do it safely, because you might be doing this for, 12 takes or more, right? Over and over again, in wardrobe, in, flat-soled shoes or barefoot or all types of stuff. And that's the key thing, is be able to perform it picture perfectly each and every time without injury, right? So that's why all this prep and all this other stuff is important. So the first thing to do is to make sure you have enough space from your starting point to run up to the vehicle. This isn't enough space, right? So you want to have enough space. If you don't have enough space going that way, curve it around, because say if there's a brick wall or something here, curve it around this way, as you see me going towards the end of the vehicle, because I can still run and do that, right? You'll understand it when you're on set and you see the scenario. Just make sure whatever you do, you have enough space to actually do it and enough momentum. That's the key thing. Ideally, if you have enough momentum, you can leap over the car without even touching it, right? Don't push yourself to do that. Yet if you have enough momentum, you could easily do it, especially if you just use your hand. You wouldn't even need it. So if you think about that, it makes it so much simpler. All right, now, the second part of it is this. You have to know your marks. So the way we usually teach it, there are 5 marks. Every time when you perform a stunt, there's always going to be marks involved, right? Whether it's a mini tramp, or anything, there's going to, or a air ram or something, there's always going to be marks. With this one, there are 5 marks, and you have to know this before you do it. This is the only way you're able to perform the action sequence with a stunt consistently. So what we know is, since we're going on this side, the right hand is going to be involved. And that tells us kind of how we need to set our marks. So the key thing is this. The first mark is going to be the right foot. And you see how far away the right foot is from the vehicle. Mark number 2 is the left foot. You see how far the left foot is away from the vehicle. Now the third mark is going to be the hand, because now what we're going to do is we're going to push off the ground, and our leg is going to be in the air like this, and our hand is going to touch the vehicle at roughly the base of the A pillar, which is the A pillar of the vehicle. So about right here. Now I'm going to get on the car, and I'm going to show you how that all ties together. So regardless of what's going on here, there could be a foot chase going on. I know approaching this vehicle that my right foot needs to hit right here next to this patch of grass, and that's number one, or actually in front of the grass. This is number one. My left foot needs to hit next to that patch of grass, number two, and then my right hand is going to land here, and my right calf, the calf muscle, the side of the calf muscle, is going to land right here in the car, right? Yet the weight transfers to the right hand, then lowers down on the calf muscle, right? So when that happens, when the weight lowers to the calf muscle, that's actually mark 4, because you're going to slide across the hood of the car on your calf muscle, right? And then the fifth and final mark is when our feet come together and we land on the other side. Those are all 5 marks. I'm going to show you all 5 now, just so you understand what we're going to be doing. So this is 1, 2, 3. This is going to be up 4. We slide across, we get to the other side, the legs will come back together, feet touch the ground, and we're going to do 5. So I'm going to walk it out slowly. I'm running, boom, 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 boom. 1, 2, 3. You see that? And so I am here. So I'm actually sliding on my hip and my right calf muscle. When you're sliding, you want to keep your chest and your back perpendicular to the car. That means it's 90 degrees. You don't want to be doing this, because you'll slide out of control, or your feet will go that way and you'll get caught on the car, or you might fall back off. So make sure you stay perpendicular. The other thing is keep your in this instance, the left hand up. It helps to balance you. Yet also, if you're running with a prop gun or a prop sword or something, this is what hand you were carried in. And so as we're sliding across, we get to the other side of the hood, and at this point is mark number 5. And at this point, our feet swing together like this, and we land on both feet. It's very important. You land on both feet, you don't break your ankles. You don't sprain your ankles, and you don't strain your ankles. You learn all types of injuries you can get when you do stunts. So, guys, I didn't break my ankle. I didn't sprain my ankle. You're telling me I strained my ankle. Right. So you don't want to do that. So make sure you land with both feet on the ground. It absorbs all that momentum because you'll have a lot of it. And then if you're running and you have to continue running, you take a single step. So those are the 5 marks. In this one, once again, and we'll do it with the progression. Right, left. See that? Very simple when you break it down to the steps. I'll slow it down again and do it 1 through 5. I'm going to walk it out. 1, 2, leap. 3, 4, sliding across. Pivot. 5. Just like that. Now, there is a variation. Instead of a 5 count, there could be a 4 count. And the 4 count is if we take the hand away, right? So instead of, I'll do the 5 count first with the hand, and then I'll do the 4 count without the hand. So we're here, we're running. Right? That's the 5 count. Now we'll do without the hand. You could have a carbine, a rifle, a sword. Do the same thing. Very simple. And that's the hood slide. Now, a couple things to know. There is a 6th step. That's the hood slide finish, which we're going to cover in a moment. Broken down step by step to ensure that you learn it safely, easily, and quickly. Lastly, we're going to share with you a few pro tips. And before we do, check this out.
Let's take a sneak peek and look inside this master course that was made by professional stunt coordinators, action actors, stunt performers, and filmmakers for professional actors, stunt performers, and filmmakers, and content creators. By the way, if you're a martial artist, you're going to learn how to convert your martial arts skills into movies and TV. So as you can see here with the Stunt Performer Bootcamp, there's actually over 160 lessons, a few more being uploaded, and over 160 lessons. This is roughly half a year worth of lessons, so you can continuously learn more at your own pace, without anyone holding you back or telling you when you can or cannot train. Now, we designed our platform to actually be intuitive and very easy to use. This includes for both laptops, desktops, and phones. As you can see here, there are you can easily navigate around, and each one of these things are broken down into units, which we're going to cover in a moment. So each unit consists of instructionals, and so that's the unit. And these are some of the instructionals in the unit. And with all of our master courses, each one starts off with an introduction from the instructors, as well as a safety briefing. And so we'll actually listen to a few seconds of this.
My name is Dylan Wilson. I'm your primary instructor. So I am a professional stunt coordinator, as well as a U.S.
And so the instructors actually cover their background, their certifications, credentials, that sort of thing. Everything that you need to know. And if you wish to know more about their background and credentials, we actually list them here as well. You can go and see this. Plus, you get a course guide, or what we call a cheat sheet, that you can use for the course. We're going to look at that in a moment. As well as you get access to our private online social community here, to our private Facebook group. This is a great resource. Again, we're going to look at that in a few minutes. So now we're going to take a look at the cheat sheet that we're talking about. So the cheat sheet, dun 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 dun. Now this is designed to accompany the entire course. I'm going to make that a little bit bigger. Here we go. This is designed to accompany the entire course and serve as a quick reference for you. All right. Also, you see over here, everything is broken down into units. Each of these is a unit, and again, each of these units is then broken down into an instructional. Each of these instructionals, on average, is about 10 minutes long. There are some that are longer because they have to be, but for the most part, each instructional is about 10 minutes. So let's go ahead and look at some of the other ones. We'll go now to where we cover all of the low falls. Yeah, we're going to go ahead now and look at, let's say, the forward shoulder roll. Right? And so you see that's a breakdown of it, or demonstration of it, and then the rest of the video, let's go and look at something else here.
That we use on the left shoulder.
And you see this how one of the,
when our hands
we demonstrate all the nuances of it.
Here, which if you notice is on my center line, it will be here. See that? In line with the shoulder. Or it would be here in line with the right shoulder. Not here. This is key. Because when this is here, now the next thing is this.
And so this is why you learn all the... And next we're going to take a look at theatrical CBT, fighting for camera. Now this is the money. Because this is stunt fighting. It is an art form. And even if you're a martial artist, this is the course that you must learn. Because without it, you have no idea what you're doing, even with all your martial arts skills. This one, let's go ahead. We're going to look at one, how to deliver stunt strikes that sells the audience.
One more time. One. Two. That's it. That's three. So that's how it works. If those three things aren't met, it's not going to look good. It's going to look fake. I remember having clients, some of them in film.
Toe tapping. This is a one type of mini trampoline. Also the safety setup with the fake different things. Look at this, bike stunt falls. A slow speed one. This lends itself to comedies. And we even have live action video displays showing it from popular TV shows. Bike stunt actually does. You'll actually see this one, I believe, also with tactical with a firearm as well. Here we are. So you learn different applications. Remember, we demonstrated, then we teach you how to do it, then we show different applications of it. Obviously, this would be for an action type project. Resource. And what we do is we even give it to you. Try it 48 hours risk-free. After reviewing the master course, if you don't like what you see and it doesn't work for you, we'll refund every penny. Right? Who else will let you go through their entire stunt performer training? And if you're not completely satisfied, give you a complete refund. Bottom line, we're passionate about making our customers happy and keeping them that way.
So if you want to get started as a stunt performer or action actor, definitely head on over to our website and take the free video tour. Now we'll finish up by sharing a few bonus pro tips with you. And yet the key thing is to perfect the 5 steps first. The other thing is I'm going to do it from the other side as well, because we always teach all of our students to be ambidextrous. The action sequence may call for you leaping over the car, pursuing someone, or leaping over the car and getting into the passenger door. Or it may call for you leaping over the car, getting the driver's side and driving off. And now they've morphed a foot chase sequence into a car chase sequence. So I'm going to do the same stunt from the other side. You'll see the hood slide coming from the other direction, and then we'll take a break and review. One more time. And that's it. It's pretty simple when you break it down step by step. And you notice I can keep doing this all day without injury. And the ground here is uneven. There are little pock marks in it. And so each time you land, the landing's not really the same for you. Landing on asphalt or something is different, yet these surfaces are more risky. All right, stop the video now and give this a try. Remember to go slowly at first, right? And as you improve and get smoother, you can pick up the pace. Remember the old saying, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. That's what you want. So you want to go, you don't think about going fast, because believe me, especially on shoot day, you're going to go plenty fast. You're most likely to go too fast. So just think about doing it slowly and smoothly, and you'll have it. So stop the video now and give this a try. Pro tip. So now we're going to cover hood slide finish variations. Oh, the 6th and final step that makes the hood slide magical and pop. Because that's the whole thing. The hood slide by itself isn't the most groundbreaking and exciting stunt. It's usually added on to something, to a foot chase scene usually. And that's what makes it exciting. So don't just think of the most boring traditional thing. There's a bunch of stuff that you can do, right? Variations of the hood slide finish could be you do the slide and you keep on running. Another one is you do the hood slide and then you run and get into the passenger side door or the driver's side door. Even that could be like a cool way to get into it. Another way is you could just do the hood slide and take a knee behind the vehicle because people are shooting at you. You don't have a gun. You just hide it, right? Another way is there's a gunfight. They're chasing you. You're running. You do the hood slide, take a knee behind a car, and come up and return fire. And we're going to demonstrate each of those now. And call it out as you see it. We may mix up the order. Once you're comfortable, you get a feel for it. You can do this and you get a feel for it. That's when you want to remove the protection for the car. The stunt mat comes off because now all the mechanics, where you're going to land and everything else. So go ahead and take everything off, and you're going to do it live. On set, they may just wait for you to do this when they're actually going to roll. If you're practicing on your own, only take the protection of the vehicle off once you're comfortable with it. So we're going to go ahead and demonstrate that now. All right, with this knowledge, you can craft the perfect hood slide stunt for the project you've been cast for or that you're producing. Make sure you like this video and smash that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our future video series. Also, make sure you sign up for our Pro Stunt Tips email newsletter to get professional stunt tips in your inbox. Lastly, if you'd like more information on our highly popular online master course, the Stunt Performer Bootcamp, go to stuntperformerbootcamp.com or click on the link below this video. Prepare to have your mind blown. Again, my name is Dylan Wilson with CBT Stunt Alliance. Train hard, perform easy. Don't miss our next video when we share with you another professional stunt performer training tip. See you next video.